Since I love vanilla so much, I prefer this one, right? When you smell this vanilla, I love it. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new here. My name is Maria, or it's MJ here on YouTube. In today's video, I want to share with you guys one fragrance that I have been absolutely loving. I don't really do dedicated one particular fragrance review videos, not really my style. So when I do one of these dedicated videos, you already know I am absolutely obsessed with the fragrance. And this one in particular is kind of random as well, because I was chatting with some girls over on Instagram and we were talking about this fragrance, and I was like, no, I actually haven't tried it. When it came out, I really wasn't intrigued, didn't move me. I think I even looked up the notes just once maybe, and I was like, whatever, meh. Then after it got a little bit of hype, I believe I searched up the notes again, if I'm not mistaken. On Fragrantica, it kept saying that this particular perfume, actually, I don't even know why I'm not showing it. Hold on. Here I am like talking about it like always, like my mind is like ADHD all the way. But I'm talking about, of course, the new Flowerbomb Ruby Orchid. So when I looked up this fragrance on Fragrantica, a lot of the reviews said that it was similar to the original Flowerbomb, but more sweet, or it was very similar to nectar, or it was a mixture between both of them. So I was like, I love nectar. Like, you guys know, like, I love nectar. That is one of my top spring fragrances at the moment. If you have not seen that video as well, my top spring perfumes for spring, I'll link it up above if you haven't seen it already. But I absolutely love nectar. I love it over Flowerbomb, so I definitely didn't feel like I needed Ruby Orchid. Now what had happened was, recently went on a girls trip for Beck's 40th birthday. Hi, my name is Maria, and this is my number 3.
Hi, my name is Rebecca, and this is my number 3.
Hi, my name is Takara, and this is my number 2.
And I was staying with my girl Takara, and she was telling me about this perfume, and I smelled it, and I was like, this is good. Good. I had to swallow all the shit I talked about. Oh wow, this is really nice. I think I need it. And she was like, girl, I'm just gonna give it to you because Viktor Rolf sent it. That's not even a word. Sent her a bottle of Ruby Orchid, so she just gifted me hers. Now, since she has gifted me this perfume, this is all I wear. I do have a couple of layering combos, but I'm gonna save that actually for my spring layering combo video. I know you guys love to see those videos, and I love to make them. And yes, it is indeed very similar to Flowerbomb Nectar. Now, you guys know my style of review, not really the norm. I feel like I was sparkle here. Yeah, okay. It's not really the norm of fragrance reviews, so if that bothers you, then maybe this is not the review for you. There are other reviews for this particular fragrance. I just like to talk, okay? Now, Ruby Orchid has main accords of vanilla, sweet, powdery, fruity, floral, and green. And it has notes of peach, which to me was the most interesting, but I had heard that the peach wasn't really prominent, so I definitely didn't really care for it. For that, like, there's other peachy perfumes such as Jimmy Choo, I Want You. It has notes of vine, orchid, and vanilla bean. So the note composition is very simple. I'm not sure if these are all the notes or if there's probably more. I didn't really look that up, but I just know that it's supposed to be sweet, powdery, vanilla. You know, T likes nectar. Well, she likes the sweetness of nectar. By T, I mean Takara, but she does not like that metallic essence that nectar has. And I understand a lot of people actually get thrown off by nectar just because of that metallic notes. Now, I personally don't mind it at all. I actually didn't even detect it till recently. For me, it just adds like a brightness, right? So Flowerbomb Ruby Orchid, all in all, is literally Flowerbomb nectar, amped up the vanilla, a smoother vanilla, because I don't really consider nectar a pure on vanilla perfume. I really don't. I actually think it's pretty bright and playful, and it doesn't have that warmth that this perfume has. Ruby Orchid is a lot more warm, a lot more sensual, sexy, more womanly, more nighttime appropriate, not as bright. So an amped up smooth vanilla, smooth at that, without the metal notes. Now, Ruby Orchid to me, because it doesn't have that brightness and that metallic note, is what I feel makes nectar a projector, and it makes nectar pretty beastly. Ruby Orchid doesn't have that, so I feel like that's kind of what makes Ruby Orchid also a little bit more soft, a little bit more subdued. But do not be fooled. It definitely has performance. I have worn it to work. I have a long work schedule, and for me, it lasts 6 to 8 hours plus more. Oh, look at my little doggy. Oh, hi, Lexi. Say hi, Lexi. But it's not as beastly as Nectar. That's what I'm gonna say. So Nectar for me is one that is just like, you smell, everyone smells, you enter the room and everyone smells it. However, I believe that there definitely 100% is definitely a good trail sillage with Ruby. Orchid is just not as loud in comparison, but it does have really good like staying power. I think that even retail value is worth the money. I think that Viktor and Rolf makes really good projecting or performing perfumes. Now, do you need both? Not really, not necessarily. Not unless you're a person that really likes that scent. I don't see a problem with having both, because to me they're both, yes, similar, but they definitely have their obvious differences. Such as for me, Nectar is, even though it's kind of year round, I do consider when I compare with both of them together, definitely more daytime appropriate, where Ruby Orchid is more nighttime appropriate. It has that warmth, creamy, very smooth, sensual vanilla that is super appropriate for the night time. Now I have to be honest, I love both a lot, but if they both came out at the same time and I smelled both of them at the department store, I would actually pick Ruby Orchid. Believe it or not, as much as I love Nectar, I didn't notice that I had anything missing till I smelled it next to this one. This to me is like a perfected version. Now, if you prefer more bright perfumes, which the Nectar is definitely more for you, but I do love vanilla. I love vanilla, and I don't really, I'm not gonna say that I care for like cupcakey vanillas. I've said this on Instagram, like I'm not a baker and I'm not Pillsbury, but I do like vanilla in perfumes, whether it's a green vanilla, woody vanilla, it doesn't matter to me. It just adds a very sensual touch, a creamy texture to perfumes that like is addicting to me. And the sensual, creamy like vanilla that's in this perfume is more me. It represents me more well. Will I continue to use Nectar? Of course. Hello. I love Nectar still. I'm just saying that you don't need both. You can definitely still own both, but for me personally, I would prefer Ruby Orchid. I'm actually gonna spray both of them at the same time right now, just to give you guys a quick last I love the scent like profile. Okay, I ain't lying. I'm lying. It's just like, I remember when I smelled both of them, and I was like, I definitely picked this one, because I think that this one's more sensual, whereas Nectar is probably a little bit more girly, a little bit more, they're both very feminine, but this one I think is a little bit more grown up, a little bit more sexy, more sensual. And this one is definitely to me a little bit more girly, a little bit more playful, more pink, as I like to call it. This is like you're going to the mall, girls trip, shopping day, and then this one you're going out with your man. Like, just to give you guys like an idea of how both of them smell. So there's definitely two occasions for two different things, you know what I mean? Yeah, but now it's kind of hard. You know what the vanilla in this one reminds me of? This is why I needed to spray it, because it's like my mind is so sporadic and I'm like all over the damn place all the time. That's why if you watch me, like, I'm sorry, like I get comments all the time like, girl, get to the point, but it's like my mind is just everywhere and I have to tell you guys everything at the same time. When you smell this vanilla, I love it. I love it. Vanilla in à la folie from La Nuit Trésor à la Folie from Lancôme. That's the vanilla that it reminds me. It's a very rich, decadent vanilla, but this perfume, it's not too heavy. Like, I've been obsessed with this. And then you smell Nectar next to it. And since I love vanilla so much, I prefer this one, right? And I never like wish Nectar had more vanilla. Like, I love Nectar. I was like, oh, it's missing something. I didn't know that it was missing something till I smelled Ruby Orchid. But Nectar is so playful, and it can also be sexy, I guess, in its occasion. But this to me is a little more blended. It really is. Not blended, because this is a very well-made perfume, but the vanilla and Ruby Orchid it's just so smooth, and that's the point of it. To me, it's the sensual older sister. So both are great, but that is their differences. And they both have their different occasions. Bottle wise though, I do prefer this one. Like, even bottle wise, I feel like you can tell. Don't mind my nails, so guys, like, girl, I've had a week. But bottle wise, I feel like you can also tell the difference of character, of personality. Young adult, college girl, even like high school, like senior year, you know? I feel like I can definitely wear Nectar. It's just so playful and girly. And this one is more like, okay, I just got out of college, I'm a fiance, I'm getting married next year, I have to use big girl perfumes now. Don't take me too seriously, guys, okay? Like, my mom loves Nectar. I know grown women that love Nectar. My grandma, I'm sure, would like Nectar, you know what I mean? It's just to give you guys a quick perspective of really the difference between them. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That is my review. I said I don't do reviews. That's my thoughts on Ruby Orchid. And if you have any questions, or comment down below if you guys have tried it. Which one do you guys prefer between the three, I guess? Oh, my mind is all over the place. Check the comment section down below. I'll pin the comment of the dossier winner from last video. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. For real. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.